thank you so much for your patience. The last video I shared with you, I did promise that the follow-up video would be in short order. However, unfortunately, when I created that video, my phone got damaged and it shut down immediately. Unfortunately, I lost everything I had in that phone. But today I'm going to be sharing with you, as promised, how to transition from home care to residential care with your loved ones. Now, I'll first start by sharing with you why we made the transition. Now, as you know, initially, my sister and I were the primary caregivers for our mother, in addition to employed home care individual. But after a while, both of us, I think it was taking a toll on us, not only physically, but emotionally. And our well-being was not really being cared for. Our main focus was just caring for mommy. And so both my sister and I became ill. My doctor told me that I was extremely close to a nervous breakdown, and so it was actually his decision to ensure that we were able to give her our 100%. He decided that he thought it wasn't in our best interest to continue to care for her, and so we started to pursue and engage in finding a residential care. Eventually, our doctor made a recommendation, but let me tell you, one of the things that we did was to do a thorough search of residences in our community and outside of our community. So based on our experience, I want to share with you a few things to look out for when you are searching for a residential care for your loved ones. And the first thing you need to do is to find out what are the policies of that residential facility. What do they offer? What do they provide? What are they expecting of you? Now, you're going to first ask for the cost, of course. Then you're going to find out, what does this fee provide for your loved one? What does it entail? Does it entail providing 3 meals a day plus any snack, or are you going to be asked to provide personal hygiene products in addition to the fee, along with any extra snack or extra anything at all that your loved one will need? Does it include any medical emergency that your loved one will have? And in the event of a medical emergency, will they have a doctor on call, or will you be required to come and take them to the doctor? Pardon me. Will they provide ambulance care? Will you be required to pay for the ambulance? Will one of the nurses in their care be responsible for taking them to the hospital or the medical facility? So ask all these questions. What are the visiting hours? Are you able to visit at any time? Are you able to visit night and day? One of the places we visited shared with us that we were only able to visit on weekends, and for me that was not acceptable, so we opted not to choose that facility. So there are many things to consider when you are going to start an arrangement with a residential facility. What are the activities? That's the next thing you can think of. What are the activities they provide? You're going to spend thousands of dollars. Is it just for them to sleep and eat? Will they provide activities? Initially, at the residence where my mother was being cared for, there was an individual who provides yoga services on a Tuesday, and that what came at no extra cost. There are also church groups that come in and visit and provide services for them. That was at no extra cost. The nurses also would engage them in a little exercise activity in addition to the yoga. They had evenings where the nurses would take them for a walk. So find out what is it that is provided for your loved one when you are going to be leaving them in a residential care. The next thing that you want to find out, what is it that they provide in terms of dietary provisions? What are the meals? Ensure that if your loved one has a special dietary requirement, you notify them, and not only notify them, but in your regular visits, ensure that you remind and investigate whether or not your loved one's dietary requirements are being adhered to, because then you're going to prevent them from getting sick or having an allergic reaction to something. In addition to that, when you are leaving your loved one at a residential care, find out if you are able to call at any time. Ensure that this is a place where you can call 24/7. In the event that you are concerned, ensure that you have regular communication with the nurse or the administrator in charge, so that you do not find yourself in a panic mode when you are trying to check up on your loved one and there is no response. Ensure that you are able to communicate at all times. What if your loved one wants to communicate with you? Would they provide them with a telephone call? So communicate with them. Ensure that you have all your questions answered. Most nursing homes will provide you with a contract to sign upon deciding to use their facility. Ensure that you read the contract documents, and if there are any questions or concerns, clarify them before you sign the contract. So there are other things that I may not have touched on, but that's just a few things to bear in mind when you are deciding to transition from home care to a residential facility. I wish you all the best as you continue your journey of care for your loved one, and thank you so much for joining me. Remember, as usual, to like, share, and subscribe. See you soon. Bye. All right, that was